Something that came across my mind recently was, what is my car like in video games? A question I'd imagine normally doesn't come across most people's minds. Everyone that has a driver's license has presumably got a car and know how the car drives, right? The ins and outs of it. I like to imagine most people at least have an understanding of that anyway. So what would it be like to drive your car in a video game? Today, I explore that concept by playing video games my car is playable in. What is my car, you might ask? Well, it's a 2001 Toyota BB. Yeah. A car you'd think hasn't got much representation in video games. But you'd be surprised. First though, let's have a little look at the history of the Toyota BB. Originally started manufacturing in 2000, the first generation BB was based on the Toyota Vitz, and the development was led by Toyota chief engineer Tetsuya Tada. While the box-shaped mini MPV, or multi-purpose vehicle if you don't know what that term means, was initially targeted towards Japanese men in their 20s, but it was also popular with women buyers and has also been at least privately imported to the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, Australia, and New Zealand. And obviously I can verify that that's true about the UK because I have one. I've seen a lot of them as well. Production of the BB occurred between January 2000 and April 2005 at the Takaoka plant in Toyota Aichi. Production occurred at the former Central Motors between August 2004 and December 2005 for the BB as well. At the end of 2005, production was taken over by Daihatsu, and the BB was renamed to the Materia. Subaru also made their own version too, called the Dex. In 2016, they discontinued production of all makes of the Toyota BB. That includes both the Toyota BB, Daihatsu Materia, and Subaru Dex. So there's a little history lesson on the Toyota BB for you. Now let's have a look at my own Toyota BB. It has a very nice interior, in my opinion, and the outward look is unique. And that, in my opinion, is right up my alley. I really am into unique-looking cars. My previous car was a 1990 Nissan Bluebird, and I love that car. And I'm starting to love this one too. Now I believe I've talked enough about my car. It's time to look at some of the video games it's playable in. Out of all the games available, I picked 4 games that the Toyota BB was a playable vehicle in. So let's start with the first game. Racing Battle C1 Grand Prix. I'm not familiar with this game, but I couldn't believe it when I saw it. It's developed and published by Genki. They actually developed and published it. It only came out in Japan. It was released in 2005. And you should think that while they were still doing their Tokyo Extreme Racer series, or Shotoku Battle series as it was called, they decided to do a racing battle. So actually, yeah, technically speaking, and I just saw the car I'm going to be playing with, technically speaking, this is a part of the Shotoku Battle series, just instead it's called Racing Battle, right? I just want to point something out before we go back to Bio's initial impressions of the game. It was fucking really annoying to try and figure out exactly how to play this game with the car that I wanted to play with. Obviously, I wanted to play with the Toyota BB, but it was so infuriating trying to figure out exactly what I was supposed to do to be able to get to an area of the game where I could actually play with a Toyota BB. It seems that this game is more of a kind of build your career up kind of game. There isn't really a kind of arcade mode you can play where you can pick any car you want and do whatever you want. It doesn't allow you to do that. You have to actually purchase the said car in the game, add it to your garage, and then you can then play it with your test vehicles. And obviously this game was only released in Japan, so then I was having other issues. I'd actually end up getting I'd actually end up having to take a picture of a few things in the game to try and translate them in Google Translate to find out exactly what I was supposed to do. It was a pain in the ass. Let me just say that. But in the end, I got there in the end. Okay, I got there in the end. In the end, you know, we got to play with the Toyota BB. So let's have a look at that. Here he is, Toyota BB. There we go. All right. It's probably going to control like shite. It's an automatic, so my BB's an automatic as well. Okay. This is a surreal experience right now. I would love to change the fucking perspective though, if possible. There we go. Oh god. Right. Excuse my bad driving. I'm just trying to get a better perspective. Really? That's the furthest back you would go? Alright. Whatever. But here we are. Driving. I'm driving the car I drive in real life. In a video game. And it's a... Oh. Didn't do too well there. You gotta realize I gotta get kind of used to the controls as well, so... Right. There we go. So that is pretty much, hands down, how my BB looks like on the front. So, I'm supposed to kind of catch up with the rival. Here we are. I probably won't, because there's no upgrades on the car, so... And I'm driving a Toyota BB, it's not exactly built for speed. If you're wondering why I got a Toyota BB, I got it earlier this year, back in February, yeah, probably about February 2020, I got a Toyota BB, and the whole entire reason why I got it, wow, he must be just going slow, and the whole entire reason I got it was to go and do maybe camping and shit, because you can put all the seats down in that. Oh god. I'm just not used to... Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, it's 2005 and the X button is accelerate. It's ridiculous. You'd thought the R2 button would be, but whatever. I keep pressing the L2 button to slow down, and I need to realize that's not going to work. I have to press the square button. So awkward. But yeah, I got it because I was going to go out and maybe do a bit of camping. I was going to maybe get a kayak or something. Oh, fuck. Good luck passing that. Smack into that bloke. Now, I was going to say that probably max speed, 140 kilometers an hour. You go any higher than that, then you're going quite a bit over the revs. I actually managed to win. Wow. Yeah, you're probably going a little bit over the revs. I got it for pretty cheap in comparison to how much Toyota BBs tend to go for online. In case you're wondering, like the general price they tend to go for. Yeah, I'm kind of done with this game, actually. I mean, it's okay. It just reminds me of Tokyo Xtreme Racer, which, surprisingly, guess what we're going to be looking at next? We're going to be revisiting a Tokyo Xtreme Racer game, which allows you to play with a Toyota BB. So, but yeah, well, yeah. Hopefully, I can fucking figure it out better than I did here. But anyway, I fucking lost my line of thought because I keep trying to say too much. Toyota BBs generally go for like, I don't know, $3,000. I mean, all I could see them on eBay for is roughly around $3,000 to $3,500. I got mine for $1,200, so pretty decent. Once again, hadn't been that long ago, but once again, we're looking at Tokyo Xtreme Racer 0. Alright, so I found the BB. I can buy the car. I haven't tried buying the car yet. Let's see what the description actually says about this car in the game. So, right, because of its target, the style of this car is very plain. Japanese minivan with massive power and style, which was intended to appeal to young males in their 20s. Well, I'm 27, so I guess that applies. Now, the reason why I wanted to just unpause it and show you this, right? So there's actually two different types of Toyota BB in this game. There's the standard, this one, and then there's this fucking monstrosity. What is this? This is another Toyota BB, in case you're wondering. The same face, as you can see. What a weird looking thing. I'm obviously not going to buy this one. I guess it would be kind of funny to look at it, but I just want the standard. Maybe once we've had a look at this one, we'll have a look at the other one. Oh yeah, forget the X buttons to go still. Alright, so I forget that Zero's got quite a floaty. Right, we want to continue on the wagon. We got nice, we can put it out nicely. Probably that's about right. Can I see behind myself? Oh, I can put my hazards on. Okay. I want to just... I wanted to see the front of the car, but whatever. So yeah, in terms of control, it's alright. Still, we're only doing 100 and... Oh, it's... Okay, we're doing miles per hour here, fair enough. My Toyota BB obviously has kilometers. It's quite easy, actually. I was actually really surprised how easy it is to kind of like tell, like convert kilometers into miles. So yeah, the BB looks very nice in this game. In case you're wondering, like, what other Toyota Xtreme Racer in Tokyo Extreme Racer games, is the Toyota BB in any of the other games? Yeah, I think it's I know it's in Toyota. I was gonna say Toyota again. I know it's in Tokyo Extreme Racer 3. You're probably thinking, why did you pick this game over 3? I remember 3's controls were worse than 0. I still hold the ground that Tokyo Extreme Racer 2 is the best Tokyo Extreme Racer. You know, Import Tuna Challenge is a pretty decent game. Controls in there are pretty good, but I still believe that in terms of style, graphics, the weight of the controls, how the controls handle, the best is still number 2 on the Dreamcast, 100%. Can't really drift, but then again, I would never try drifting in my BB. Not a fucking. It's a 1.2 liter petrol. You know, it's an automatic front wheel drive. I don't think I would. I'd have a better chance drifting in my fucking Nissan Bluebird I used to own. In this, I'm gonna be honest. This looks like a monstrosity to me, and obviously the number plate's got to be 420. But to me, it's a goddamn monstrosity. I imagine this thing to be pretty fast. Everything's souped up, remember? But to me, this is just a goddamn monstrosity. Oh. It doesn't actually control particularly grand. I'm beating the absolute living shit out of this dude. I'm leaving him in the dust, pretty much. We've got some cars on the road now, because obviously... Whee! Hey, slow down. Whoops. Get the fuck out of my way. And we won anyway. So we got that far ahead. If it's your thing, that's fair enough. A lot of people look at my Toyota BB and be like, what the fuck is that? And they laugh at it. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's fine. You can look at my car and laugh. I ain't got a fucking issue with that. Oh god. You know, I ain't got an issue with that. Not a single issue. You know, I look at people who drive BMWs and laugh at them, saying, yeah, you are known as an arrogant prick, and everyone hates you being on the road. But that's the stigma of driving a BMW, so it is what it is. Every car has a certain stigma about it. Some people can look at... Oh god, oh god. Some people can look at a lot of different cars and just think to themselves, that's a clown car. People could probably look at a Mini and go, oh yeah, that looks like a clown car. Yeah, that's fair enough, but there's people that like Minis. Oh god. I'm losing thingy here. This does not control well, in case you're wondering. It does not control great. GT Advance Championship Racing. This is the Game Boy Advance game that, well, one of the Game Boy Advance games. There's a few of them that actually do have this car, but one of the Game Boy Advance games that has the Toyota BB in it. Let's see what it gives us as an option to car select. All right, so we've got a few brands we can pick. Okay, let's go to Toyota. Let's hope. Oh, I like that. Let's hope that the Toyota BB is... Oh, there it is! Straight away. Boom. I don't... Like, to me, right? Like, maybe some people drive their own car in a video game, maybe. But I kind of feel like, oh... In case you're wondering, this game controls quite nicely, actually. not floaty. The drifting's the drifting's really good actually. The handling's kind of good. No wonder this game's rated quite highly, by the way. It has an 82 Metacritic. But obviously, don't ever go by what the Metacritic says. Oh god, spun out, spoke too soon. Looks like I'm not going to win this race, but still, doesn't matter. But there you go, Toyota BB in a Game Boy Advance game. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, look how the drifting's quite nice actually. Probably one of the better drifting mechanics I've seen in a portable racing game. I think this is the only race I'll do in this game. But it seems good. I can understand why people like this. It seems fairly competent. Plays very nice. The controls are nice. They don't feel stiff. They don't feel floaty. They don't feel janky. The controls are quite nice, which is a surprising feat to accomplish in a Game Boy Advance game, if I'm honest. So, kudos to them. Gran Turismo 4. Now, I'm playing this for the sole reason of driving a Toyota BB in the game, a car I own in real life. Now, this will be the final game I'll be covering. So, just to give you a heads up, the version of Gran Turismo 4 that I was playing was the American version, the version that was released in the USA. And believe it or not, that version of the game doesn't actually have the Toyota BB in it. It has what's, I think, called the Scion X8. Yeah. Or XB. Yeah. But I tell you what does have the Toyota BB in it? The European and Japanese version. So it turns out that the European and Japanese version has the Toyota BB, which is the original car in the game, but the car gets changed to the Scion XB, X8, whatever it is, for the American version. I guess because they don't have Toyota BBs in America. In America, the Toyota BB was released, but it was released as a Scion instead. Scion or whatever. So yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that. You know, while I was recording the original video, I had to stop briefly just to go and get the bloody European version so I could play with the Toyota BB. God. Driving a Toyota BB. And believe it or not, I actually read... Oh god. You have to remember, I'm not familiar with the controls. I'm not familiar with how easy it is to turn and whatnot. Okay. So the BB looks very nice. But yeah. Toyota BB. I don't know what other cars got replaced. I'm not a clue, but... I don't know if any other cars got replaced, but... into what it would be like to drive the car I drive in real life in a video game. God damn it. Gotta remember Gran Turismo is very simulation based. The controls are fine, it's just I suck. But I prefer Forza. Now I would love, imagine a Forza game having a Toyota BB. Oh. That would be, if like this is the kind of car I probably would have gone with back when I played Forza Motorsport 3, if I'm honest. Over revving there like fuck. I can't see the inside. Gotta remember the square button's reverse as well, so it's just like the... What's the... Oh, he finished, I think. You just gotta think to yourself, like, what's... Like, look at that. Like, that you shouldn't have to go that far down in terms of like speed to get around that corner. It's a bit ridiculous. That car did not handle that corner very well. And again, I'm not handling any of these corners very well, in all fairness. And there we have it. I played as my own car in 4 different racing games. And it was interesting. It was definitely interesting to see how my Toyota BB worked in those 4 different racing games. So, yeah, I would say it was interesting to see. Let me just say that. It was interesting to see. So, unfortunately, it wasn't any games that, you know, would have been right up my alley. You know, it would have been cool if Forza had the BB, and then, you know, I'm more familiar with the Forza controls than I am with something like Gran Turismo, as the only Gran Turismo game I ever played was number 3, and that was a long, long time ago. But I would say personally, for me, Tokyo Xtreme Racer Zero did a really good job of portraying the BB, had really nice controls. Yeah, well, I think I said about Zero being a much more enjoyable game than 3 back there, so yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, because I had some fun making this. It was not too bad, actually. It was alright. And please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.